The most common challenge I've seen in generators and manifesting generators is that we have desires inside in regards to our work lives, and we know there are other possibilities out there for us, yet we don't quite know how to get there. We feel stuck or scattered, or honestly just afraid of how we're going to survive in the material world. I felt that there was a missing link here between what we know we can do as generators and MGs and what we're seeing in our reality. And sometimes the advice to just follow your strategy and authority doesn't cut it. I wanted to create something that was completely grounded in the real world, that tackles the transition into energizing work while acknowledging that we have to feel safe as we do this, we have to go at our own pace, and we have to do it our own way. So I've created a theoretical framework that breaks down what we need in our work lives, both at the foundational level and as we expand in order to experience maximum satisfaction. My vision for this is that you'll apply this to your life over and over as you grow. I wanted to keep this as simple as possible to reference later. We need to be able to revisit these concepts again and again as we move through our process. You were born to feel good in your work life. It's just how you're designed as a sacral being. And if you don't right now, it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It just means that you're ready to go on this journey. So let's get started. This is a framework I have developed for understanding how we as generators and manifesting generators can navigate our work lives and ensure that we feel good and energized. So what we want most is to feel good about what we're doing in our bodies, in our souls, and we want to make the money that we want doing those things. The specifics and the mix of activities and how we're using our time and energy will be different for everyone. But generally, it's really life-giving for us to be able to spend the majority of our time doing things that really feel good for us. And in this current world, that means getting paid for those things because we have to get paid to survive. So over time, I've come to see that there are different aspects to expressing the unique frequency of our aura in our work life. And in this framework, what I'm doing is I'm breaking them down. If we can get our minds on board to this desire that our body has to do something different or expand in some way or go deeper, the whole process goes so much smoother. So this idea of using our energy properly in energizing work can feel really overwhelming and just too abstract, especially to our minds. So I wanted to get to the core of what we need in a work-related energy outlet. So this is basically anywhere we're exchanging our energy for money, as well as understand the context we're currently operating in as human beings on Earth right now at this point in time. We're going to cover this topic from 3 different perspectives. And this is how I like to look at all of my work. All of my work falls into one of these 3 categories, or all 3. So this is how I conceive of this experience at this particular moment in time as being a human. So our context is always the new paradigm because that is the world that we're living in. That's the energy that our Earth is shifting into, and therefore that's the energy that we are shifting into as a collective. The how is always our human design, and it's whatever aspects of our design are relevant at that time, because this is how we physically move through the world. Then the what, and this is what I like to refer to as our soul encoding or our cosmic encoding. So in this case, it's our numerology personal year that we're going to look at. In other offerings, I look at North Node or life path number. But in this case, the numerology personal year is going to really help us figuring out what we're doing right now on a soul level in our work lives. So today specifically, our context is what's happening in the energy of jobs and work in the new paradigm. Our how is the sacral being hierarchy of needs and how to make sure that your work outlets fit what you need right now, energetically and on the earth plane. And then the what is how to work with your numerology personal year. And I've created a booklet that you can reference forever. We'll also go through the full cycle here. And this is helping tune into what your soul is really working on right now this year. I really want to emphasize a couple of things. One, to take what resonates and leave the rest, because no one is your guru. And if this feels bad in your body, or any part of it feels bad in your body, then it's just not right for you, or not right for you right now. So take what serves you and just forget the rest. Maybe you can revisit it later, or maybe that was just part that you didn't need. And then two, this is an epic journey, and it's a wonderful journey to go on. It's worth it to go on it, but it's going to be different for everyone. We're all incredibly unique. We're all starting at different places. There's no right or wrong way to do this. So I really feel that while there is no formula, and I don't actually really feel that formulas are a useful thing for us in the new paradigm, but I have discovered that there is a framework and a general way of looking at our work lives as generators and MGs, where we can use the framework to ask ourselves questions and point ourselves in the right direction. Ultimately, we're the ones who have to find our own truth. We're the only ones who can navigate ourselves through our day-to-day lives. But when we can help our mind understand what we're going through, when we can ask ourselves the right questions, when we can get a general idea of what's in front of us that maybe we need to tackle before we move forward, that is the framework that we'll look at today.